Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank each and every one of y'all for clicking on today's video. We're starting down here because Mr. Bushwhacker has got an issue with that swing. And it was crazy. I was going through the camera footage and I actually pulled him up here. I didn't know it. I was actually looking for the cat that was actually we're catching over there. There's a couple different cats here that we've been looking to see if the baby kittens are with them, but the ones that we've seen, they are not. But anyways, while I was looking at that footage, Bushwhacker was over here trying to get his swing on. You know, he was doing a little bit of swinging. And what I like about it is now everything out here is covered in cameras, especially down in this area. So we're going to introduce you to the new eufy cams that we absolutely love, and then we're going to go to the back and we got to do some cleanup back there so we can get the hay mower and stuff in there, and actually it wasn't done properly. So I'm going to take y'all back there and show you that. And then after that, there's no telling. I know we may end up trying to work on the blue building, trying to get it cleaned back up and get the mice out of it. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and roll the footage of Bushwhacker, and then we're going to introduce you to today's sponsor of the video, eufy. And I will say by far, this set of cameras is the best cameras we've had. It's amazing how it tracks everything, takes pictures, to where if I want to see if Kayson's down here, it pull me up every video of Kayson. So we're going to roll that now. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video up to this point. I'm going to introduce to you the sponsor of today's video, and that is eufy cameras. This is, as y'all know, we've worked with eufy before in the past. This is the NVR security system S4 Max, 8 channels NVR with 4 PoE Bullet PTZ cameras. So you can actually hook 8 cameras up to this, and back here on the back, it's got a little dirt on it. We've had them up a couple days because we always test everything out. This is your network video recorder, the S4, okay? It's going to come with 4 cameras. It's going to come with the mounting brackets. It's going to come with 59 foot of internet cable. And these are the waterproof packages. That way there is no water that gets in them. And all of the adapters that actually goes with it. Super easy to hook up. There is, you can hook it up yourself. There's no need to call for any installation or anything like that. But as you see, it says 4 cameras. But this system here will act as 8 cameras. That's right. There's 4 cameras, but they will act as 8 cameras. And I'm going to show you here in just a second. And as you see right here, this camera also tracks you. It tracks you anywhere you go. As long as it can turn, it's going to follow you. So we ended up putting one on this corner, and then we ended up putting another one here on this side, but that's a fixed cam. It doesn't actually monitor. It's just different types that you can actually use to hook up to the same system. This is monitoring this whole area. And over here on the side, there is another one that is fixed, and it is actually monitoring all this area. Yes, this is kind of the area that we don't hang out in much anymore, but we still have our animals out here. And you might want to, people might ask, why are you wanting cameras back here? Well, cameras ain't just to protect you and your family. We use our cameras to protect our animals as well. So we know when predators come in. So with these cameras, if a predator does come in, we pick it up, get an alert. Even though they're actual cable cameras that you hook up with the cable, you can actually monitor it from your phone and get alerts as well. As you see this camera here, it's tracking us right now. And it's going to track us all the way around here. And now we're going to step right here, and boom, it's already picked us up. I'm going to back up because it's going to go back to the set spot I had it once I get out of the picture frame. So it's probably going to take a second to reset, but let's see if it's there. Okay, it is reset. Like I said, when I told you 8 cameras, well, I'm fixing to show you why this is 8 cameras. So I'm gonna zoom in so you can see how quick it is to pick up on you. We're gonna go in stealth mode, okay? Stealth mode, I hope you can see. So if I wanted it to come back up more over here, I'd have to tilt it. Boom, it picked us up. Now we are being recorded all the way across here. So when I say 8 cameras, as you see, this bottom camera here is, I've got it actually pointing out to the roadway here, in which anything picks up, it's going to follow it. And with me saying this, I do have a lot of footage because it actually records the whole time. It isn't, if you just hit that one mark, if for some reason it does miss that record mark, you still got it recorded. But as you see that it's here, this camera here, I've got pointed this way. So anything that picks up in here, what's going to happen is that camera right there is going to immediately turn this way, and it's going to start tracking us until we get out of the picture. So let me walk around here. I'm going to let it reset, and I'm going to run some, like I said, I'm going to show y'all some footage as well. Okay, right now you see that camera is facing the other way. Hopefully I can keep this steady so you can actually see what happens when this camera picks me up. Uh-oh, boom, camera's got me. So that's one thing that I really like, that you have 4 cameras, but you can use them as 8 cameras. So let's go in and take a look at the system and kind of go from there. All right, so now that we're in here, these are 2 other cameras that you can actually hook up to this network system as well. But I mean, here's the, you ain't got to get these other 2. These the 4 here are perfectly fine. I absolutely really enjoy them, like I said earlier. And one good thing about that, like I said outside, is there's 24/7 recording, there's live cross camera tracking, and there's fixed view for 360 degrees pan, and 16 MP triple lens. But another thing about it is now they have the simplified web client available as well. All right, so this is our display here. This is how we view all of our cameras. And this here is our network video, where our videos go. So I've got all the wires hooked up in the back here. You can actually hook up to 8 cameras up to it. So if you actually put 2, if you ordered the cameras for 4 and ordered extra, you could actually, you know, have 16 cameras all the way. So there's 8 hookups, but 1 camera you can use as 2 cameras. So I'm going to go ahead and set this down here and show you a few things on this that you can actually do. Also with it, it comes with the mouse that you can control everything. Let me set it back down here and you can see what I'm talking about. So the one that we was looking at a while ago, this is the one in front, and you can pull it up here, and that is actually viewing everything. If it didn't pick anything up, I could still go back. If a car come through here or whatever and it didn't pick it up, I can still come back and see, because right there's Honey. Honey's walking across with the little sheep. The pixels are absolutely amazing. All right, so that is the camera that tracks us immediately. So this one up here in this corner, that's the one that is pointed that direction that we come around the side by side. It picked up and the camera tilted back and it started tracking. So if I wanted to come back up more over here, I'd have to tilt it. Boom, it picked us up. Now we are being recorded. So I think the footage is absolutely amazing. Like I say, you can run up to 8 cameras on this system, and each one of them, like I say, you have to fix it to yourself. So for instance, this in here is facing the chicken coops. The top part here, I got it facing back over here by the side by side. But if I want to bring it more over here to make sure it picks up just like that, I can leave it right there. So now it is set in that position. So go back over here, nothing's going to pick up until something walks through there, and then the pan camera is going to come back around. All right, so one more thing I'm going to show you here. We can go over here and say, all right, so I'm going to go to the events here, and one thing I'm going to show you is if you go up here, and we've already got keywords in here, but say I want to know if there's been any vehicles actually in the yard or anything out here while we've been gone. I can put vehicle up here, and it's going to pull up every camera footage that has got a vehicle in it, and it will show it. Like I say, these are the tracking cameras that will actually track when the vehicle was here, and if it was going to drive around the place. Let's see, let's look down there. So I think this is really cool here, how it will track the vehicles that come in the picture. You don't have to go through and search for them. Once that's me getting ready to drop the trailer off, we can go back over here and let's go. Here we go. As y'all know that we lost our 2 cats the other day. So I put in cats. And look here, it pulls up every picture with cat. So it's getting ready to play it. It's picking up the cat now. So I've never had a camera this well that tracks this well of anything that actually comes in. And one thing I learned about this is we actually have a new cat that I haven't seen around here. And so you can go in, type anything in there, it'll pull it up. Goats, humans, let's put kids in there, see what happens. And boom, right here it shows anytime the kids was down here. So if I'm looking for something, all I got to do is type that in there and it's going to pop up. Now let's go to playback. So as y'all know, we put up some fixed cams, and our fixed cams are right here. I'm going to click on that, and which when we do it, highlights any activity that's been across there. It's going to have that little mark on it. And so let's go ahead and go over here and click on it. So these are the fixed cams, and right here, the blue mark, it's actually picking up the goat right now, actually going behind the building. Double click, get out of it. Let's move this over. Let's see what actually went over here. And right there's that same goat. Now it's crossing behind the building, but you know, the fixed cams works just as well as the ones that track. You know, back here is we got all this covered, so if anything comes up, we'll all automatically pick it up. So let's click back on them again, and we can actually listen to the sound outside as well. I say that I may have to do it on the phone because the volume don't work on this TV. Uh-oh, boom, camera's got me. So that's one thing that I really think might, if you have 4 cameras, but you can use them as 8 cameras. So let's go in and take a look at the system and kind of go from there. So it is all the way up. This TV, it had a problem with its volume, so that's the reason why I used it. Going back over here, you can actually watch the live view like we had pulled up a while ago. You can come in here and lock your screen so nobody can actually come in. And now I've got to remember the password. All right, so as y'all see, Steph is coming in right now. The camera's already got her picked up here, and it's tracking her on both of them now. So here in a second, this camera here should pick her up. There it is. We got her picked up now. Both of them's going to track her in her door. That way nobody can actually get around this area without being seen. That's even with like predators and stuff. So for some reason, if you don't want anybody to come in, you just hit the lock screen, and now they can't click on anything or anything like that. They have to actually, even to go back and hit the play button, they got to put the password and all that in there. So then you unlock it so you can go in and then look at the actual playback. And then right down here, you see these blue markings. That's where we've actually got activity at. So we can move right there, and then it's going to show you. And you can see right here, there's...
We're doing some cleanup back here,
so if you want to go back and look at all the cameras, you can do that as well. There I am right here in this one, rolling into this one. So that's what I mean. When somebody comes on your property or animal, you've got track. There's nobody can get around this tiny house without us seeing every movement that actually happens. Now we got them set up that way, and like I say, I've got a lot of footage. I'm gonna download it, put it in here so you can see it. Like I said, this has up to 2 terabytes. I'm sorry. It's got 2 terabytes. Now I'm gonna go ahead and play some of the footage and let you see some daytime and nighttime footage. The pixels are absolutely amazing. And not only that, Steph has always loved the eufy cameras.
I love them.
Yeah, and you know, her surgery, it's over. It's getting better. But you can't keep her down. That's what I always tell people is, like, if Stephanie's hurting, like when she broke her hand, is hurting, she's in some pain. So I think she took a quarter of a pain pill the first night we got home, and she ain't took nothing else besides ibuprofen. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and air some of the footage and let you see what we caught on camera. All right, guys, so I hope y'all enjoyed that footage. One thing I wanted to show you here is the actual faces. You can actually go into these faces and actually put a name. I can go in and put Brandon. Right here, you can actually see it's got a car and a human. All right, so now that we got them saved in here, you can actually go through here, and it shows that there's a human right there in the corner. That also shows a human in a car. So now if I want every video that Brandon's popped up on, so I can click that for the last week or 2 weeks, I can go back, and every one of these videos, you can see in the thumbnail that that's me. So if I want to, one of the kids are down here, all I got to do is put one of them in a video. There's us today. It's going to pop up. There's Kayson. So before I close this out, I'm going to have Steph walk out there. We're going to get back to live view, and we're going to watch these cameras one more time. She's stepping out. We got all the cameras pulled up. It's going to pull up right here first. Picks her up. And then once again, it should pick her up right here. There it is. It's turning. It's got her. So we got her on these cameras. So she's going to be coming around the building. Well, this in here I should have turned a while back, but it's going to pick her up now. That's my fault. I said I was going to turn that a while ago. So now I've got the view out here, because that one's already fixed in that place. So you're good to go. And there's Steph. She's coming in right about. There is no delay. There it is. So guys, I hope y'all enjoyed that demonstration. Like I say, we've had eufy cameras for couple of years now.
Yeah. It was one of the first out here on the property.
Yeah, so we're going to use the actual Wi-Fi ones. We're going to move them further out, and we got the extenders, so they may be out in the woods. So as long as they get signal, they're good. But we're going to leave a link in the description box. Go down, click on that link, and go pick one out for you. And or hey, they make great gifts as well. It's always good to know what's going on at your property. You'll never leave your property without knowing. Or if you arrive home, you can always look back, or you get the notifications as well. I will show you what it looks like when the notification pops up on the phone. All right, guys, Steph's going to walk outside. All right, so right there, it picked up right there, Stephanie. So I got to go through and turn them all on. You can actually turn them on or off, but now that we got her name saved there, automatically comes across and says Steph. So, all right, guys, so like I say, that's pretty neat. But I'm going to leave a link in the description box. Go click on that link and order yours today. Protect your family, protect the things on your farm. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of the video. We are going down here to check out the property down here to where we're fixing to start doing our cleanup and cutting a bunch of these trees down so we can start making our hayfield a little bit easier to actually cut, and we can go a little bit closer into the sides, especially over there by the creek. If you look here, like all this here, back here, I'm going to come through with the brush hog, and I'm going to brush hog all this down, and then after that, I may bring the rock bucket, but I use it to ripping trees out. And so that's some of the things we want to do in today's video is try to, I don't know if we'll get started with this, but just kind of show you some of the things that's going to be coming up, which this down here, we won't be able to do anything. That's kind of like a little creek area. But I think we're going to start cleaning a lot of this up. I really do. Just because we can, for one, we can cut all this once we get the trees and stuff out. And I really want to show y'all how much the grass has started growing. Like in here, I wanted to cut some of that, but just the trees, it wasn't worth it. And it stays really muddy back in here because it's a little creek line that goes, but I don't know. That's just something else that we're getting lined up on our project. I know we got a lot of stuff going, but still we have to do other things because obviously if we showed y'all building fence every single day, a lot of people's not going to watch that. This is how much the grass has already grown. We ended up getting 19 bales off of this, but I'm going to have Steph come down here and I'm going to get on with the chainsaw and we're going to start cutting these trees back, cleaning some of this up, and even maybe later on, hopefully later on, I can get a hold of one of those machines that eat the trees up, and because down here could be really beautiful. I'll take you over here and show you. I don't really think it would take much to come through here and clean this up. This used to be an old wagon trail, and if we can come up here and tear a lot of this stuff down and just make it really nice and get good grass and stuff to grow in here, come through here and clean it up there. We can come down here and have little picnics and stuff down here, and it's all in the shade. It's really nice down. I didn't realize how deep this is, but if you I bet you there's some fish in those banks there, which absolutely blows my mind that this, and one thing I like about the creek as well is it will show you the animals that have been down here. It looks like that's probably, I don't know, it looks like a dog or a coyote. That's a footprint. Where's that footprint go? That is a footprint. Now, I will say I haven't been down in the creek very much since the rain has stopped, but I am starting to believe that we may go ahead and put some cameras out here just to see who's actually coming up and down the creek. So from my understanding of the law, we don't own the creek. We own the land on both sides of the creek. So if you know the guy north of here that has property and you can get to the creek from his property, you can get down in the creek and go as far as you want until you run into a water gap, and then you can't go any further. But that's my interpretation of the way I understand it. But somebody's obviously walking up and down this creek, and it's kind of, I don't know, they had to come up from way up there, but the water's flowing pretty good. I think I'm going to go back. I might have a trail cam in here, but I don't know if the batteries are good. But I think I'll come through here and put it way up here. I'll bring a ladder and put it way up there. That way it'll point down and it ain't going to be at eye level, so they can't see it. And then that way, if they do come down here and see it, they won't be able to grab it. We're going to put a couple up. Not only that, is deer season's getting ready to come around. That's what I was going to say. I want to get this cleaned up so we can start putting out some blinds and stuff like that. We will get one more hay cutting off of the property, and then after that, we won't be back here because we're going to be doing the hunting. I want the kids to set up their own blind. I want to let them pick where they want to hunt and see if they can get them a deer, which obviously Leighton can't go by himself, but Kayson, I don't think we're ready for him to go by himself yet. But I think just getting the tractor down here, cleaning this up, not only that, I think that'll give us a path that the deer will actually take through here. So, all right, guys, we made it back here. This is where they're coming through, but guys, that camera is absolutely amazing. And I love it that you can go through and type in dog, cat, whatever, and it will actually pull it up. If, you know, for instance, if I want to see if the kids have been down by the barn, click on their face. That's absolutely awesome. So anyways, I'm gonna leave that link in the description box. Go check that out. If we can actually come up here, clean out this trail, maybe that we can get some bigger deer coming because they will be able to stay in the tree line. So I don't know, if we get it cleaned out, maybe some bigger deer come through. You know, we're going to try to get some deer off of here. You know, we did year before last. We didn't get one last year, I don't think. But it's all about the experience. You know, who knows? If we get this cleaned up and get some better food plots in here, maybe they do start coming in and getting some of the big deer in. So anyways, we're gonna get back up the house. All right, guys, today is the day. Yesterday we did a lot of cleanup in here and actually started putting things on the shelf. Yeah, there's mice everywhere running all different directions, but that's all coming to an end. We've cleaned most of this up, but we had a bunch of stuff in here and they was getting in there and making the beddings, and they have just destroyed this place, which I've always talked about putting cameras out, but I will probably end up putting a camera once I get these traps out. We got some bucket traps and things like that we're going to set out and try to get these guys under control. And then hopefully the cats will be coming down here pretty soon. They're getting a little bit bigger, but I don't think they're quite big enough to be down here yet. So I'm going to get a shop vac in here. We can get in here and get this started. These are the little buckets of some sort that's supposed to, I ain't quite figured it out yet, but we'll see how it works. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sweep this dude up. Trying to get this all under control. Which I swept a bunch of this up last night when it was cool, is when we worked on most of it. But they come back and got a bunch more of this. Yeah, they came in after Shadow was gone and took over. I wish some of these cats would. That's what we need to do, is catch one of those feral cats and put in here. If Kayson catches a feral cat, I'm going to put it in here for a day or so. Alright, let's see what it says. I wonder if I have to have a bucket. Yeah, I got to get a bucket. I got a couple of them, I think. So let me step out here and get a bucket. I thought it was something that you just assembled, but I guess it does have. It goes on the bucket like that. Okay, I got it now. Huh, that ain't too bad. I guess you just set it there and put your little ladders there. I don't know. We'll put one out and see how well it works, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and put the mouse traps at as well and get some. I'm just gonna put one out for now and we'll see how it goes. I just don't see them. I might get some peanut butter and put at the end of it, because once they get back there, that's how it's going to fall and they can't jump back out. But I mean, it's a pretty cool idea, concept of it, but they got tons of food here. So what I'm going to end up doing, being that we're not buying any of the special food anymore right now, I'm going to try to get it all in the barrels and get the lids on it, and then we'll force them have to eat. And then if I don't know, that's the only other thing, because these guys have massively produced, but a lot of it is our fault. We just let it get away just because, I don't know. We got to find a better way to do this, because we have to store feed, not unless I go get one of those big old ice or the freezers. So we'll see. I'll set it over here. I think I'm gonna go get some more traps, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that stuff out. I just want to make sure if I put it out there, it wouldn't hurt the chickens. That was my main worry. We're gonna do that, but let's go check on our chickens. I want to bring you all over here and show you all the chickens, how big they're getting. The smaller ones, and these are a lot of the ones that that we are definitely keeping, like the black Polish. There's some of the buttercups, and then we got some of the Cochins here. We still have a couple of the red Polish back there, but once you get a lot of these chickens out of here, it's not so hard to keep these pens clean, but they're just getting bigger and bigger, so we're having to move them. Actually, these guys back here, we're going to be releasing them in probably the next few days. Yeah, so these guys here are all fixing to get released. I'm going to be putting their roost, a couple more roosts up here, hopefully this evening once it cools off. And then that way at night they will come back and roost in here, besides getting in the trees and stuff. But we're going to keep a close count on them. That way we can monitor them. You know, for one, last year we had tons of them that we released out there. The predators come in and just started picking them off one by one. But we've got the traps up, and Kayson's doing a really, really good job with his box traps over here on this side. And we're catching a few on the other side with our DP traps. So another thing I was wanting to show y'all, I guess it's molting season for the peacocks. We came back here yesterday and look at all of these feathers. They have molted, in which we've been gathering a few of these and taking them up to the house because I just love the look on them. Look at the eye. That one's okay, but yeah, there's a better one there. I just love these views of them, and Kayson does too. Kayson had the bright idea, and I don't know if it's already been in a video or it's going to be coming out in a video. He said, "Daddy, I can get those and go sell those," or something like that. Or I told him that, you know, we could. I don't remember how, something about selling them. He said, "But here's the deal, I can't sit at the end of the road." I said, "You're right. Maybe you gather them and take them to the auction or something and sell them," because a lot of people really love the look of the peacocks. So it's just one of those deals. Is I'm just glad that he thinks of trying to make money. You know, that's one big deal I want them to know, is to try to use everything they can on the farm to profit from. You know, it does get expensive feeding all of them, and I'm not griping because we have to do that this year. We won't have to do it anymore like this, but it was very painful towards the end as they got bigger. So, but now that's all kind of going away. I was coming down here to, somebody is asking how the water was doing back here the other day in the live or something, and I was wanting to show everyone that it is it's still there. It's all green, mossy looking. That looks like something like the alligators would be in or something. But throughout the day, I know the new chickens that we bring out here, they're going to hang out in these trees because it's nice and cool back here. Look at those dogs. They hear something back here. But they see something. One thing I seen yesterday, and I'm hoping we can find it again, is over here at this pond. As y'all know, the water's been in this pond for a good while. Well, yesterday, no, it's actually this morning, as I was making my rounds, I drive around here, and I check Kayson's trap, you know, just so I know if something's going to be in it. I noticed there is fish in here, and I wanted to show y'all that. There you go. Should be able to see those there. They're all over in there. Anyways, I hope some of that you was able to see, which, you know, here's the deal. I know it's just fish. It don't take much to get us amazed. It's just crazy that this pond was empty. And I know a lot of it is they had all ran down from the floods. But looky here. We ain't showed this little gal in a little while. Patches. She's like, nope. So in the evening time, we'll come over with the treats, and Patches will actually come up. But this baby is doing absolutely amazing. We are just so thrilled with that baby. And I know a lot of people, when I posted that video, they was like, you should move it in the shade. Well, every time we actually try to get it over in the shade at the very beginning, Mom would get it back outside to tan, I guess. But as y'all see, the ones that said that the baby was going to die, it's not dead. And I'm glad it's not dead, but when a baby's born, we spend a lot of time down here monitoring them because we don't want nothing to happen. So look at her, she's so precious. We still got to pick a name for her though. So if you know any good names, drop them down in the comment box below, and maybe the kids will pick one of the names that y'all suggest. But you know, I'm hoping that we get the fence finished here pretty quick. because I want to get all the goats back up here and get them wormed and let them all run up here while they're having their kids. And once we get all that done, they won't be able to get out, the little ones. So that will be a relief. But anyways, I think I'm going to take a break for the day, and we may come back out later on and record. But I'm going to go ahead and close this one out. We want to thank each and every one of y'all for watching. Don't forget, I'm going to leave a link in the description box. Go click on that link and go get you a set of these cameras. Protect you and your family. That way, when you're gone, you know who's at your property, who's coming in. You never have to worry about somebody getting in your house. I guess if they do, you got them on camera. So, and you can watch it on your phone. That's another big thing. But I'm going to leave a link down in the description box. Go click on it. Guys, thank y'all so much for your love and support. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. God bless.